Alright, it's July. Our days just whiz by while everybody else makes money. July 18th, 2012. I've talked about practically every subject under the sun. Most of what I've said on YouTube are personal opinions, a lot of conjecture. You know, when you see these presidents and people in authority get on TV or whatever or interviewed, they're all, rehearsed, Now, one of them would get on YouTube totally unrehearsed and say a bunch of stuff like I do. Now, it's all fake. Don't you see that, people? You're voting for somebody who's orchestrating their life so that they look prim, proper, and perfect. I mean, don't you see that? Wouldn't you rather have a leader or a president, even a dictator, who's just up front with you? Let you know what they're like when they're angry, when they're sad, when they're depressed, just like you. Nobody cares. I'm watching these people go through Starbucks here. They're just, all in their nice, shiny new cars, busting their kazoos every day to make the payment on the car, make the payment on the house. Can't you see you're all going in the wrong direction? This is not the answer. You've overdone your technology. I can see why the Unabomber was blowing up people in advertising, because he was against all this technology and stuff. Too much is a bad thing, and that's what you people have been hooked on. You're all prostitutes. You're hooked to your cars. You're hooked to your drive-through coffee, drive-through prescriptions, drive-through markets. I mean, is there a drive-through market? No, they deliver your groceries. That's right. There are some places that deliver your groceries, especially if you're disabled. There's nothing wrong with that. But I'm just saying, moderation is the key. But how can we be moderate? How can I be moderate even with my YouTube videos, using me as an example? How can moderation exist when so much crap and confusion? And that's what it is. It's just crap and confusion. And so you get a person who gets on YouTube, and they're trying to appeal to your deep nature of understanding. That's assuming you have any. And I'm even trying to appeal to your ignorance of my plight, ignorance of all the things that have happened to me. I understand that there are counter proposals in philosophical arguments. These counter proposals are, you're not the only one that this has happened to. And let me tell you, I'm just reiterating some of the YouTube answers that I've gotten, or people who've sent me something. That's why you now see Hack the White House Phone. If you want to say something to my thing, hack those phone numbers and leave your message on the White House phone. Jam their switchboards. Don't call me. Besides, nobody calls me anyway. This is the 11th challenge I've given to Obama, and actually I started out more than a year ago challenging all the candidates. Nobody cares. They could care less. None of them have the courage, the gall, the chutzpah, the determination. They say they have determination and they can lead the country, but none of them have that one leadership quality, sportsmanship, to go forward and say, I'm not going to let this sit idle like nothing. I don't care what my advisors say. I'll do this on my own. I'm going to hire an auditorium. I'm going to invite all the presidential candidates. We're all going to have a chance to say whatever you need to say, and we're going to have a debate at who is the best leader. Well, there is no best leader. When you vote for somebody, you're voting for somebody to do a job. If you own a house and you hire a construction crew, a contractor, to alter your house or to build you a house, number of unconscionable requests that a person has to sign in order to get a storage. And mind you, most of these people that are getting the storage, there's a small percentage that yeah, I'm changing the subject a little. There's a small percentage that are there because they don't have any other place to run their business out of, so that's a good place for them to store their stuff and then leave. But there are people that are running their businesses out of there, and storage, etc., is not bugging them. You know why? Because they are spending lots of money, or they have an in with somebody at the office. Oh, there's a lot of ins. There's one guy in there who owes more than, owes since October, I believe, and they're letting him slide and not bringing him to auction, and they're continuing to charge him. And there's other people in there that keep their stuff outside all day, and they don't jump on them. No, they're jumping on me because I know too much about what's going on there. That's why they're jumping on me. That's why they're limiting my hours. That's why they've offered a truck to see me gone. But I'm never going to stop talking about this because I'm the one that's being abused here. And do they owe me? Yeah, now they do, big time. Because before, I was there, and nobody ever said anything. It was fine. I'd come, I'd go, I'd come, I'd go. Different people would, I'd be helping different people. Being homeless, they offer me a little money to help them organize stuff. I do it. They give me their code. I use their code. Who cares if I'm authorized? If you are in there and you're working for somebody, what's the deal? You have to run to the office to put somebody's name on the thing, get permission. It goes on and on and on. There's people that hire guys from the Home Depot across the street. They sit there and they hire these people that have no place to go but to hang out at Home Depot all day long. Most of them are Hispanic, and they're hired to go in there and move people in or move people out. But that's usually for 1 or 2 days. Anyway, so much for that. So I can only go back there during regular hours and finish putting all the stuff inside the storage so that I can move it all at the end of the month, assuming we have a place to move to. But, no one here on YouTube, the more than 100 people have viewed the last 4 videos concerning the storage, etc. problem. Now, one of them have emailed me or anything or sent me a message to my inbox in the YouTube and said, hey, I'd like to help. It's unbelievable how people, they're still spectators in the Roman Colosseum. They're still watching Christians being fed to the lions. That's what they're doing. Only in this case, they're still getting entertainment out of watching somebody spill their guts out on YouTube, talking about all the problems that are going on in this country at the lowest level possible. I don't see Obama doing that. I don't see Obama interviewing people on the street or checking people out who are homeless, except for the Golden Voice. Remember that guy? He got invited to, what's his name? The Phil, Dr. Phil. He got invited on the program a number of times because after he got the job, offered the job on the radio station, he fell back into drugs, and so he's in trouble again, living out of his tent. Then he goes on Dr. Phil and talks about how he was stealing stuff to make it by. He says, hell, I'm not stealing stuff to make it by. No, your country, your storage, etc., your government, your officials, your system of power over the people, control freak power. That's what the United States of America is. How you can control another person's life. And that's wrong. I don't control your life, nor do I care to control it. Who cares about you people? I hope a meteor lands in I hope the huge earthquake takes out all of L.A. and that I'm alive to see it all. Because I'm not going to lift one finger to help any of you. Here I am helping people who are disabled, and I'm being punished. It's a form of punishment to be told, oh, you have to be here under our permission, and it goes on and on. I'm sure they'll use the insurance excuse. Oh, well, the insurance will, blah, 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 blah. Oh, it's the end of the world. This is what they do. They're nuts. They've lost any contact with any real common sense. Their guidelines are contracts. Oh, does the contract say it? Oh, no, it doesn't. Oh, well, you can't do that, or you can't do... And they put all these rules and regulations. Then they charge 2.5 times more than they would a business warehouse someplace. Like, let me see if I can show you. Business warehouse. Look, let's say over here. See that? I checked that Paley for lease over there, that building, and I wanted to rent that with a couple of friends at the storage, etc. And the guy calls me back, and he says, can I send you an email? I don't negotiate over the phone. Are you ready for that? I don't negotiate over the phone. I mean, what is all that about? See it? That's it right there in the corner, right there, to your right in the middle of the screen there, where just past the green umbrella there. Yeah. So anyway, no, that's Starbucks. To the left of Starbucks, over there, that building across the street. Anyway, past the palm tree. Anyway, so that Paley, it's like $2,000 a month. I'm not going to pay that, but my friends and me said, well, let's try and see if we can get a deal. You try to negotiate on the phone with these people. This is, I don't negotiate on the phone. I'll email you. I mean, these people. I mean, who's controlling these people? Their behavior, attitudes are weird. I mean, I come from a past where you walk up, you do a deal, you shake hands on it, you can look in the person's eye, you can say, you show your proof that you can do what you say you're going to do, and everybody gets along. Now, that building's been empty for more than 3 or 4 months, maybe even 7 months. And, here I am on the street again, still always on the street. Ever since they burnt my house at DeSoto and Hart. These people have no brains. They don't care. All they care about is their procedure. You're control freak, procedural fanatics. Remember that word, control freak, procedural fanatics. You don't care about real life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. You care about screwing people over through your control freak, procedural fanaticism. So I got more work to do. At least it's cooled off. I was almost fainted twice over this last weekend because the weather was like 100 degrees. So instead of being a good person, you claim you be religious, you claim to go to church, you claim to have all these angels' wings and halos, and you're such a good person. And why are you doing this? Why are you doing this, Chris Lyons? Why are you doing this, Adam Hattenberg? Why are you doing this? Oh, the building is not theirs. It belongs to an old lady, actually. Storage, etc. belong, and they're just in a contract. It used to be public storage. Anyway, they're just in a contractual relationship, and they could all lose their jobs. Well, hey, the owner's not going to like having heard that Storage, etc. is getting a bad rap on YouTube by somebody who's not a killer, doesn't drink, doesn't smoke, doesn't do drugs, has been abused by your system of government at the state, federal, and local level, is a presidential candidate many times, and ran for mayor twice in Los Angeles, was on Channel 35. You can see one of the videos at the beginning. If you check Reality Supreme Being and go to 2008, you'll see one of my videos where I was on Channel 35. It's an LA channel, the city channel. And I say, I hate America. Of course. A person is misused and abused. Even one of my emails has been blocked. Can you believe that? They claim someone may have used your email for spamming or whatever. You know what? I think that's a false report. I bet you somebody didn't like what I was saying on YouTube or whatever. Some piss poor person like the one at F13, that's this guy that's a few doors down. I think I'm in number 6. F6. He's in F13, and he made a complaint to the front office. That guy still has stuff out front. That's the same kind of person that got me kicked out of neighborhoods. People like that, eyesore fanatics who sit there and call the city consistently until the city comes out and does something about it and pushes the person around. This is the kind of person, this person he's not an owner of the property. He's just a tenant. What business is his? My stuff is not in front of his storage. It's not blocking his storage, and no one has ever made a real complaint. I think David once was, last year, somebody walked up and said something to him, and David fired back. He said, listen, the guy's a good person. He says, where's your storage? He was 2 lanes over. They drive through to go around. So they happen to see my stuff outside, and I'm working there, reorganizing stuff. And he said, why is his stuff outside? Well, he's just reorganizing. Well, I go by here every day. Oh, I see. Well, He says, is it in front of your place? Well, no. Well, then, don't worry about it. And another guy takes a picture and sends it to the front office. Oh, I know what's been going on. And that's just an auction, a guy who's there for an auction. So it just goes beyond understanding what these people do. They go out of their way to do this crap to people that they have no business doing. I'm not in their face. I don't care who they are. I don't care what they store. So, anyway, so that's part 1 today of this video. And I'll be doing a second one in a minute to continue this for a second time, part 2.